Understanding the psychology of your recruiter is really critical for your success. Understanding how they think and how they make their decisions in order for you to get their attention and ensure your application is successful is really important. So how do they make their decisions? It's usually driven by a number of factors, but the two key factors are their role and their targets. There are a few points here. First, recruiters work for the client. So your client is typically the organization that is looking to make the hire. The second point is that recruiters are typically paid by the client on successful submission and placement of candidates. So their job is to make the placement and make sure the client is happy. This means efficiency, good quality CVs, and saving the client time and the stress of recruiting. Recruiting can be quite stressful for clients, as it's quite time consuming and they have to take the time out of their day to meet people and usually ask the same questions over and over and cover the same ground. So recruiters are driven to make sure that they drive as much efficiency in the process as possible. Point 3. Time is always of the essence for recruiters. They are usually working under tight deadlines. Think of as to why people hire. It's usually because there's a need, whether it's replacing someone, meeting a spike in business demand, or providing cover for maternity leave or any other reason. Most times, the need is from the client, i.e. the employer, and it's usually an urgent one. So there's an expectation for a quick turnaround. That means recruiters don't have the time to sit there and talk you through how to format your CV or advise you on what to include on your CV. That's on you to do. In this instance, having a well-formatted CV that you can amend quickly and submit to a recruiter quickly will increase your chances of success, as the recruiter will be able to submit it in a time-sensitive situation. Also, why time is so important for recruiters is usually because they're competing against other agencies. Most jobs recruiters work on are very competitive. That means that the end employer they're helping recruit for has asked 1, 2, or even 3 other agencies to help them recruit for that same position. To remind you, if a recruiter doesn't place, they don't get paid. So they're very constrained by time and can't waste too much time with multiple candidates. They will only offer their attention to candidates they feel are right for the role and who've made the effort in making sure that the CV stands out. Their usual first impression, which is usually through your CV, is critical. Recruiters also work on multiple positions at a time. This means that their attention span is limited to only pick up the relevant information for the role that they're working on. They have a laser focus on finding the right candidates and finding them quickly. All of the points I mentioned offer a glimpse into the psyche of a recruiter. And if your CV isn't making a recruiter's job easier, in helping them identify you're the right person for the role and doing that quickly, then this might be why your CV is costing you several opportunities that you thought you were perfect for. On the other hand, if you do all the right things and follow the tips on this course and give the recruiters the information that they need and that information that they require at first glance, then you're pretty much golden. So, to recap, between juggling the tight deadlines that recruiters need to meet their end employer, the number of CVs that they receive per job post, the fact that they're competing against other agencies to place candidates in a really quick turnaround, this is the only reason as to why they only have 7 seconds to review your CV. So it's imperative that you create a CV that pops, that stands, and that has all the relevant information that the recruiter is seeking from the start.